have a novel that says Scarlett O'Hara was not attractive, right? Now, who's saying that? Who finds her not attractive? It's the author's voice, right? She's saying that she wasn't attractive, but men seldom realized it when caught, by her charms or whatever, and so on and so forth, right? Now, that's the language of the novel. In the novel, there is a third person involved. Of course, you could still have novels, there are brilliant novels written in the first person, but still, in a sense, the author's voice does make its presence felt. Whereas theatre is about multiple perspectives, right? For example, why a play like Ekalavya, the one I saw, was so important is that it offers a completely different perspective that we do not normally see in our social understanding of the story of Ekalavya. Because it was written as poetry, poetic narration, it had the third person, in the sense that the third person being someone of an upper caste, of a certain privilege, who says that in a way, in a crafty way, is telling us that Ekalavya did not deserve to be the finest archer in the world. And so Dronacharya was completely right in asking him for his thumb. You never question his motives in the story, the way it is told traditionally. In this play, you have a completely different perspective, and that is Ekalavya's perspective. Of course, if he wants to be the world's greatest archer, he is going to be disappointed. Why should he give away his thumb? What a stupid thing to do. Would you do that? I mean, if you want to be, a brilliant scientist, would you give away, part of your experience because the teacher asks you to? So in that sense, that's what theatre does, is that it offers you multiple perspectives. And yes, the playwright and the director had the choice of focusing or accenting a particular perspective. If you look at Taming of the Shrew, Shakespeare, right? Now, as the name suggests, he wrote it as this drama about this very wild woman who needed to be taught a lesson. And of course, there is the macho man who's going to put her in a place, get her to kiss him, and she will be his lawful and obedient wife for the rest of her life, right? Now today, if you interpreted it that way, you'll be laughed off the stage. You'll say, what a stupid interpretation. Today you have to show Kate as a victim. It's about a free woman and the tragedy of that freedom being lost because she has to give in to male power, right? So that's interpretation. That's another perspective. And that's why the play is so great, because it offers these multiple perspectives. So that is the language of theatre. And it's this entire business about the author, where is the author then, and where is his rhetoric, and where is his rubbish. It's about art, it's not about a person. And if you really want to, pat on your back to say, look how skillful I am as a writer, then write something else. Don't write a play, because in the play, the playwright has to be invisible. If the playwright is visible, then it's a bad play.
Last